Hello, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 13th to the 19th. This is for Aries and Aries rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult across spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Aries, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Aries, here we are. Big week for you. Oh my goodness, Aries. If you saw last week's reading, you know that on the 11th, okay, and there's a reason why I'm going to bring this up, but on the 11th, over the weekend, we had Mars opposing Uranus, right? So I know I dropped these readings a little bit early before Monday, and so just if you're watching this reading on Wednesday, we're approaching that, okay? But next week on the 13th, okay? Well, this week, all right? So this week, November 13th on Monday, the sun will also be opposite Uranus. So with Mars and the sun opposite Uranus, it's not great. It's a little challenging. Let's keep it that way. Mars is your ruling planet. So Mars is already like, he's hangry, but it's a little bit more than that. Mars is more like, he just, with these aspects, Mars just got dumped. Okay. Just 1 minute before a game of dodgeball. You do not want to be there. Again, this is your ruling planet. So this is not only your ruling planet, but these are oppositions to Uranus, which are in your second house. Okay, so there could be some sort of shakeup when it comes to money. All right, finances. The reason I say this is because we are also in Scorpio season. All right, so Mars is in Scorpio, and so is the sun. It's a big thing. That is also that's your eighth house. So that's also money. Okay. That's other people's resources, shared resources. It can be investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, or whatnot. But that's the two houses in the zodiac wheel, right? That have to do with money. So there could be something like with finances, something that could be really stressful, something that could be unexpected. Okay. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just something that can be you may feel a little like pressure. But again, every Aries is different. And this is obviously going to, affect Aries rising more than Aries, but all Aries will feel this, okay? All Aries will feel this. The other thing is, if it's not money, and this is, if you're not here for money, if you were literally Lady Gaga watching this video, fellow Aries, right? Who doesn't have to, money's like not a thing. The second house is self-value, self-worth. Eighth house is also its transformation. Okay, so it could just be you having some sort of unexpected thing that really makes you a little bit more like, okay, I am definitely going to, feel more empowered now. I do not like this, and it's almost like something like inspires you to become a little bit more. I've got to make changes in my life. Okay, so the reason why this is such a big deal is because on Monday we have that new moon in Scorpio, so you can expect a brand new cycle to begin. Now, here's the thing: this new moon in Scorpio, I like new moons in Scorpio. I know the moon is it's feminine, right? Mars, being your ruler, traditional ruler for Scorpio, and then Pluto being the modern ruler of Scorpio, a little bit more masculine. It's really it just can bring a little bit like intensity. Let's just keep it that way with all these other aspects that are happening. Mars basically conjuncting this new moon. It really is gonna be, just expect some changes to happen. Okay, expect some changes to happen, positive changes, because again, this new moon in Scorpio, looking at what's happening for you, is it looks really nice. And new moons have a longer shelf life than what these aspects bring. The Mars and Sun opposite Uranus, very, shorter, definitely shorter shelf life here. So again, new moon bringing in new cycle. This is, again, very nice for you. It can have to do with money, but it can have to do with your personal transformations, like a brand new cycle in your life. And it will likely be bigger than you would think. And I'm going to explain that in a second. Before we even get there on Wednesday, Mercury will sextile Venus. I absolutely love this for you, especially, if you've entered new partnerships, relationships, whether work, whether love. There's just something really nice here. Can even be with like a friend or whatnot, but there's just something really sweet about this day. It's a very great aspect. It's a beautiful aspect. Mercury and Venus are our fastest moving planets, so you may feel it for like a hot second on Wednesday, but it really does bring the sense of relief after the really hard start to the. I wouldn't even say hard, but just like, what's going on, right? That it really is. Uranus, let me just remind you, is a planet of surprises and the unexpected. Okay, I have been making the analogy. It's like like you opening up a jar of pickles, and it's the hardest jar of pickles you've ever opened in your life, right? And you're just squeezing and you're squeezing and you're squeezing, and then pop, it opens, but it turns out to be like it's actually full of really small t-shirts. And it was something that you're like, wait, I was looking for pickles. So just something just really unexpected could happen around this time. With Mars opposing Uranus, it actually could be you too. You could decide to do something. So just be very aware this day. Like, you could do something very unexpected. But again, I like the way that things are going to fold out for you. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, on the 17th, this is why, because Mars, your ruling planet, will trine Neptune. The sun will trine Neptune. This is absolutely amazing. Neptune is, all about creativity, imagination. Now, the fact that Neptune is in Pisces, that is your 12th house, okay? Which is, hidden things. It's your subconscious. It's facing your fears. It's even like there's self-sabotage energy there too. So it could be you finally having this big moment of clarity of like, okay, I'm moving forward. I've recognized the things that are holding me back. I'm ready to move forward, and I'm wanting it, especially because on the same day the sun will conjunct Mars again. This is huge. This is a Mars Cazimi. We have not had one of these in a really long time. We've had a couple Mercury Cazimis, but not a Mars Cazimi. Remember what I said. Mars is your ruling planet. This is really going to have an impact on you, a pretty profound impact. A Cazimi is when, without getting too much into it, it's basic. It's when the planet is in the heart of the sun. So you really feel like, when we talk about alignments, come on. This is big. This is almost rebirth energy, okay? So you see, this is happening the week of the new moon, which is bringing this new cycle for you. So again, this new moon in your 8th house, a transformation of cycles, of death and rebirth, you can expect change, okay? Aries, you can expect change around this time, okay? So with that said, Aries, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of November 13th to the 19th. Again, this is for Aries and Aries rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, I would recommend the moon, clearly, because it's a new moon in Scorpio, and again, it's a big one. And Venus, too. If you are here for partnerships, relationships, Venus did go into Libra. It's so nice. Venus in Libra is so nice. Your charm factor could be, cranked up. It's and again, Venus in Libra, that is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships anyway. So let's see what unfolds. Let's see what unfolds for you. But definitely read your Venus if you do want to. Sorry, I just dropped all my cards. Welcome to Saturday morning. If you do want to read for your Venus, you're absolutely welcome to. So with that said, Aries, let's get started. See what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. Okay, so Aries, like I said earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. I will pull clarifiers for this reading. I will likely do like a separate new moon in Scorpio video for every sign, because it's such an interesting week with what's happening here. But let's and you'll see that my dog has joined me. I don't know if like, was she in your last video? Well, we just came back from a long WALK, so I have to make do with a table space here. But yeah, you're good. Aries, you're good. You're when I say rebirth energy, like new you, like your change happening in your life, that is no exaggeration here. Look at your spread. Look at your spread. I can't even believe this. Let's get started. You got the six swords. This is all about moving forward. This is all about moving forward. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Especially in mentally, especially like your mindset. That is what the swords is, right? Swords is air. It's communication. It's logic. It's your thinking and whatnot. But you can see they are moving forward from the turbulent waters where my finger is at, and they're moving into, look at how it's like glass. It's like crystal clear. The sea, there's like no undulation. I mean, they're basically going into the Maldives, like the promised land, like Shangri-La. This is very exciting. So it's like you are just ready. You're ready, okay, to leave any challenges behind, anything that's been holding you back. I really love this for you. There's a lot of protection in this card. You see the swords in front of the boat as well. A lot of comfort with the ferryman and his family. This is really great because look at where they're going. Look at what's in the heart of your spread, the Fool. In the heart of your spread. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. When I say like, it's almost like there's this reset button that's pressed this week for you. This new moon bringing a new cycle is a big, big, big deal. It's in your eighth house of new, like death and rebirth of transformation. Like, and you're just about to start this brand new journey. I mean, you got the Fool. I mean, this is kicking off the Fool's journey in the major arcanas. It's your hello, you're good. And this is a very optimistic card. It's, you see the full abundance of the sun here, right? You see the man standing on the edge of the cliff. I mean, no care in the world, right? He's not even looking down. That's how much faith he has in his journey. And you know, there's a lot of innocence with this card. That's how much faith he has in the universe, that he's being taken care of, that I mean, long hair, no care, right? So this is you taking that risk because, you know, if you need, or in a situation of taking risks, because risks is, you know, taking risks is, it builds your confidence, right? What is confidence? It's taking risks. So, but again, this is absolutely amazing. You're ready for this new journey. You're ready, and you're about to start this brand new journey in your life. It's major. I want you to know that, you know, this is a major thing that's happening. You did get the Wheel of Fortune, though, in your challenge area. So the first message that's coming through is like, don't rely on luck. There's a lot of luck in this card. So don't like rely on like, I hope this works out. It's almost like take that, like, be confident things will, okay? Be confident things will, all right? But actually take some action into it, especially with this Mars energy that's happening this week. Mars is all about action, taking action into, you know, taking that leap of faith. But you're good here. With the Wheel of Fortune also, looking at the fact that you have the Seven of Swords in your crown, but in the Ace of Swords in the root of your spread, I mean, it's like a breakthrough. It's like you're going through this huge breakthrough. This is a breakthrough week for you. Let's keep it that way. It's huge. But again, with the Wheel of Fortune in your challenge area, again, there could be something that has to do with your confidence, or that could be the only thing, like just the confidence factor, even the way that you see yourself, or knowing that you have more value than you let on. Okay, that's something that I want you to really recognize this week, especially because the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in your second house, right? self-worth, self-value, where Uranus is in your second house as well. So there could be something, remember, in the beginning of the week that maybe inspires you to take that leap of faith and do something different. But the Wheel of Fortune has very big karmic energy attached to it. And so always be working with your karma too. Okay. So, but even still, because you did get the Seven of Swords here, I'm getting that there was something that wasn't fair for you. Um, and this may be the week to just remember moving forward. It's all about moving forward. So recognizing that and letting that really fuel you to take that leap of faith to start this new journey, this brand new journey. But it looks like that it's already happening. The other thing is there is a sense of maybe thinking, like don't lie to yourself about anything, right? Be honest with yourself this week about the things that you want. Don't try to take shortcuts. So there is but again, I don't feel that's going to be a big thing for you. I feel like you're already doing it. There may be a moment that you could fall into like, am I doing the right thing? And that's where you stop yourself. Do not, like, you are, everything will happen for you. Just work with your karma, work with your karma, work with your confidence. Know that you are, I mean, you're Aries, right? So you're good. You're natural born leaders. Like this is, so if you have those moments, know that you're fine. And I believe you will. You did get the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is all about breakthroughs. It really is. Ace of Swords is all about, especially mental. Remember the swords. You got 3 swords here. Okay, so a lot of this is just like up here. And then remember, Saturn moved into Pisces. Okay, this is going to be a big deal for you. All right. So not only is Neptune really active this weekend, Neptune is in Pisces, where it's just again, oof, an explosion of like ideas and creativity and just even like knowing like what you want. But with the Ace of Swords here, all these swords, you got 3 swords. So there could be a lot of mental activity. But again, this Saturn in Pisces is a big deal. And I didn't talk about it too much in your past readings, but I guess now would be the time. But Saturn, it went into Pisces earlier this year, Aries. And so that is your 12th house of the subconscious. And so for the next few years, it's going to be a thing for you, like facing your fears, knowing you're more confident, not like self-sabotaging yourself. Remember, I said there is an element of self-sabotage in the 12th house, and you just got the 7 of Swords in your crown. So that's what I'm saying. Don't hide, don't lie to yourself about that. Like really, really like be honest with yourself about, the things that you want, the things that you're moving toward, the things, and even working with your karma. But the reason why I say that is because Saturn is all about karma. Okay. It's also the planet of responsibilities. And the reason I bring this up now is because Saturn moved into Pisces earlier this year, but it was only there for like a hot second before I went retrograde, pretty much the entire year. And so Saturn went direct November 4th. And so at this point, Saturn has like woken up. Okay. Saturn is like walking to the kitchen, about to make a cup of coffee. He hasn't had that cup of coffee yet because we're only at November 13th, but you will, like, he's going to start sipping it next week pretty much. Okay. So keep that in mind. That is a big thing that's happening here. And then you did get the 8 of Wands in your future. I mean, you're good. Things are just going to move for you really fast like that. 8 of Wands. And it's really funny too. You're good. You're absolutely good. So the 8 of Wands, when I talked about alignment earlier, look how completely aligned the wands are. Okay. So they're zipping through the air. This is one of 2 cards where there's no figure, no nothing, no anything. It's just 8-1 zipping through the air. Okay, so there's a lot of movement with this card. There's a lot of action with this card. It looks like you are going to be taking a lot of action. All right. It's also saying that, wands are your passions, right? And ideas and, that creative part of your brain, but it's also work related. So if you are here for work, there's just expect a lot of movement. If you're here for, like there's passion projects you have, things that you want to do. Hey, they're just going to speed on forward. And what I really love about this card is actually ruled by Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is currently in Sagittarius, and we are moving into Sagittarius season. That is in your ninth house of spirituality. You're good. You're going to have a lot of focus on that as well. I think that you're going to have a lot, like, it's almost like, it's, when I said this week is like a rebirth and renewal, it's like the reset button is pressed, but it's also like spiritual awakening for you too, especially with the high priestess. Now, the reason why the high priestess coming up in your future is absolutely amazing is because remember I said Saturn, which is a malefic planet, but it is the taskmaster planet. It's you taking on a lot more responsibilities, but Saturn always rewards you in the end. Okay, so it's a good thing, and it just makes things. But it also, with it being retrograde for so long, now going direct, it's actually really nice. Okay, it's actually really nice, but Saturn, like I said, went into your 12th house of your subconscious, where it can be a little tricky, right? But it's because it's like your subconscious. And so you just got the high priestess, who is the guardian of the subconscious. Like you are protected. You're good. You're good. Really go within. It looks like you're definitely having like a spiritual awakening. There's just so much happening here. Really going beyond like the physical realm at this point, and really doing more like soul searching energy that's happening that you can expect. And again, there's a lot of like karmic energy in your spread. A lot of you just like, there could be some tug of war in terms of like your head, like should I do this, should I do that, is this happening, is this not? Know that you're fine, you're protected, you're about to have this big transformation. This new moon is making things happen for you. Okay, so let's get to your stuff, Aries. Oh my goodness, I love this. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Aries, let me know what's going on. I always love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I really do appreciate it. So, Aries, you're good. You're really good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you got the 7 of Wands, Aries. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It feels like there is a sense of like, even thinking about what's been going on for Aries, there's been a lot going on for Aries. A lot. And you know that, okay? There is a sense of like just hanging in there, okay? With the 7 of Wands, this is all about valor. This is all about, drawing a line in the sand, like not letting anyone push you over. Again, back to that confidence energy that's coming up here, working with your karma. It's just, you've worked hard to get to this point that you're at this week. Hey, don't let anything like push you off that hill, okay? But it does look like it's almost like this. Like I wouldn't. It's almost like you're not going to let any. Like I mean, looking at your entire spread here, but again, a sense of, remember I said this is all about valor and strength and whatnot, but also having that self-confidence. All right, there is so much activity happening in your second house of self-worth and self-confidence and self-value this week. So stand your ground and you're going to be fine, because you got the 3 of Cups in your external factors area. This is all about celebration. It's all about joy. It's you see the 3 sisters toasting each other. I mean, come on. Come on. This is absolutely amazing. You're going to be fine. A lot to you're going to have a lot to celebrate. And then you did get the Death card, which is very this is all about transformation. Remember I said we have a new moon in Scorpio. We have the sun and Mars in Scorpio. This is a very intensely heavy scorpionic week. And you just got a card ruled by Scorpio. The card that is saying transformation is coming. And it's what you want, actually. It's what you want, especially because I'm going to show you something here. You got the Fool and the Death card, and you got the Fool in the heart of your spread. Can you see the similarities here? What do you see? What do you see? The man in the armor wearing the same red feather from the Fool. Like you're good. It's almost like uh it's almost like what you want, you're gonna get. It's clear as day because in your final outcome, you got the Empress. When I say this is a big spread and a big change in your life, Aries, you have absolutely no idea what's coming. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. But, you know, with that Uranus energy, it really could be the thing that like sets things in motion, right? The unexpected for a lot of Aries. But at the same time, the Empress miss everything. I mean, this is you just living life with so much, everything's just working your way. I mean, first of all, she holds the golden scepter. Okay. That creates all this abundance, that creates all this wealth and richness. And she lives life through pleasures and her passions, and sensuality is, and sexuality is really attached to this card too, but there's a maternal quality to her as well. But at the end of the day, with your entire spread here, like you're good. And she is ruled by Venus, by the way. And as you know, Venus did go into Libra, which is so nice and so nice. And so again, that is your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So you could be feeling a lot of that now. You could be entering new relationships and partnerships in work or love, or you could have already, and things are just wow. You're like, everything is positioned for you to work out in your favor. It's like the Hunger Games, right? May the odds be in your favor. They are. They are. Aries, you're absolutely good here. And you know, Mars, which I said is very active this week, is definitely you know, really great with Venus. And you can even see each is ruled by Venus. You see the symbol of Venus in the stone-shaped heart. So it really is like you're moving into this place of like a lot more abundance, in a very new beginning, very new chapter in your life, and very new cycle in your life starting. A lot of Aquarius energy here too, by the way. And you know why that's a big deal? And I say Aquarius energy because you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Six of Swords, you have the Fool in the heart of your spread. By the way, Uranus, right? Attributed to Uranus. Uranus is a ruling planet for Aquarius. And Aquarius happens to be your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. So you are absolutely good here. You're absolutely good. But I think that there is something with that Uranus energy in the beginning of the week that, sure, it can be challenging because also it's very, you know, Scorpio heavy. But it looks like you're going to be 1000% fine. And should anything happen, especially with the Wheel of Fortune in your challenge area, where you feel like it's just like, like, I wish I had more, you know, like if, like, for instance, like if you were applying for jobs and, you know, you're sending out resumes, you're not, you know, getting anything. Don't let that frustrate you because you may be thinking like, gosh, I don't have as much luck as other people. No, you do. Your things are going to be good. Focus more on your karma. Focus more on your karma, your spiritual side. But it looks like you're going to be fine. You have look across your cross here. The Six of Swords, the Fool, the Eight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Three of Cups. You have the Fool and the Death card, and then you have the Empress to top it all off. Like celebration, joy, things moving forward and fast for you. Brand new beginning that's clearly happening in your life. The Empress, all this like love, all this like passion. Like you're good. Aries, you're good. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm very excited to see what's going on for you. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. I want to know what's going on in your lives because this is a big spread. This is a big spread, one that I'm very excited for you. So, Aries, next week we fully enter Sagittarius season. Again, that is your ninth house of spirituality, right? Remember, you got a Sagittarius card moving into a card that is very spiritual, right? It's so into intuition. And so that is going to be a big thing because it's not just Sagittarius season, but Mars is also moving into Sagittarius. Mars, your ruling planet. So the ninth house is spirituality. It is, your philosophies, but it's also like, education, higher education. There could be some matters of that. And we'll talk about it next week. Anyway, Aries, you're amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.